Welcome on in, everyone, to the 3 Inches Podcast. I'm Landon. That's Emma.
I'm Emma.
Back from the self-suck incident.
I'm back, baby.
She's alive and well. No need
Feeling
to worry,
good.
listeners.
Yeah.
But we can't, unfortunately, say the same for our other co-host, Rico, who unfortunately has suffered the same fate that Emma did last week. They, in fact, did suffer a self-suck accident, but they were just on the phone with us earlier. They're in great spirits.
Yep.
They are on the road to recovery and should be back with us next week. So that's
yeah.
Get a hand clap of praise. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
I know self-suck can be really scary, so I applaud.
Absolutely.
I applaud the high spirits.
I would not wish a self-suck accident on my worst enemy. That's how scary it can be.
No.
Because anyone with a sliver of humanity would not wish that upon anyone.
No.
And so we're glad Rico survived and they're doing well. Yep. They're on the road to recovery, as Emma was last week. They will be back. But we sure do miss them this week. Rico, if you're listening, we love you, dude. We're praying for your self-suck.
This one's for you, man.
This one's for you. We're trying not to let you down. But Twitch can't say the same. They let a lot of people down this week.
Yes.
If you've been living under a rock, or you just don't know what Twitch is, or both, why are you listening to this podcast in the first place when all of us are pretty present on Twitch? Well, how did you even find out about us? I don't know. So Twitch announced this week, due to backlash of what they did last week with the whole ad restrictions with taking sponsorships from certain places and companies, and what you can put on your stream and what you can't put on your stream. They received a lot of backlash from that. They were in a call with a few ambassadors for the site, and they came to an agreement to obviously go back and look over what they can change from that. And then one of those topics in the ambassadors call was the pay rate for streamers, which it's been 50-50 for a while, which is, in the eyes of a lot of people, not fair at all, and I can agree to that. So Twitch announced this week Partner Plus, which is a program only for partners, which a lot of affiliates are like, why not us? Well, grind and get to partner, dude. I don't know what to say. Like,
yeah,
affiliates shouldn't be treating streaming as a full-time job. It should be a hobby, if anything. When you hit partner, keep going a little longer, see if it's sustainable, and then you can be full-time. But anyways, Partner Plus, that's a whole other rabbit trail, dude. So Partner Plus, if you obtain 350 gift subs for 3 months consecutively,
regular subs,
regular paid subs, gifted subs do not count towards this eligibility, nor do Prime subs. You have to have 350 manually paid subscriptions from your viewers to be eligible for Partner Plus. Once you hit that for 3 consecutive months, you are automatically eligible for Partner Plus, and you get a 70-30 split of your revenue from subscriptions and ads and everything like that for 12 months. It locks in for a year automatically, no matter if you dip down below the 350 paid subs or not. You are locked into that for a year. It caps at $100,000 from that. And I assume after, if you're doing that well, if you get 100K in that year, I guess anything after that is a 50-50 split. I'm not really sure. I didn't really read into it, but that's what I would think. That's what I would think.
Goes back down to the 50-50.
Once you hit that 100K from the 70-30 split, it goes back down to 50-50, which, I mean, I am obviously, I mean, like from my perspective, I'll take 100K easy. I'll take if that's the biggest of your worries, I will take that easily. Go ahead and once I hit 100K, go ahead and put it back to 50-50, man. I'm living life with 100K a year, dude.
No, I'd take that.
But in that 70-30 split, gifted subs do count. So you will get a 70-30 split of gifted subs as well. Prime subs do not count for the eligibility or the 70-30 split. So when you're trying to get to the Partner Plus, Prime subs don't count. Even when you get into Partner Plus and the 70-30 split, Prime subs don't count for those either. You obtain a 50-50 split of Prime subs no matter what. But gifted subs are included in that 70-30 split. So I'm just wondering, Emma, what was your immediate reaction before everyone else got their thoughts out? What was your first reaction when you saw what Twitch was doing with this?
First reaction is like, oh wow, like they actually showed they're willing to do a 70-30 split in some capacity. Like, this is a good thing. This is a win, you could call it. You know, after like getting all the information straight, hearing different takes and people's opinions and thoughts, concerns, the whole deal, it's still a win. This is still a good thing. The flaws that come with it are very valid, and I would agree they are flaws, and they're probably things that could change and hopefully will change. Mainly being that the 350 sub count for your eligibility, not including gifted subs. I think for a lot of streamers, gifted subs are huge. Those are the things that are like carrying the sub count a lot of the time. They're engaging other people, and it's one of the things where like sometimes you have a gifted sub to a channel because you can't afford to sub yourself. Not that like your support is any different, but it's just like money wise, you know.
Right.
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, and that's where the gifted sub comes in, where there are people who love to give gifted subs and share that with people, and that should be a celebrated thing, like from Twitch's side.
Right.
Because it's still, from a business perspective, it's still giving them money. The money is still going to them.
Yeah.
Whether like people are still engaging on the website. So I think I would love to see the 350 number include gifted subs, and your paid subs, your organic, you know, manual subs. The other thing is people saying that 350 is a very high number. I mean, it is a high number. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't have the statistics on how many people have 350 subs or more, gifted or not, but it is not the majority of people, and I think it's a really good start. The whole thing is a really good start. It shows Twitch's capacity for doing this. It shows them listening to the ambassadors who have been pushing for things like this. Ambassadors are still pushing for adjustments on this for this whole program. So I still see it as a huge stepping stone in a positive direction.
No, I completely agree. So to your point, gift subs should be celebrated. They should not be discouraged. Like, well, a streamer's not going to come out and say, you know, don't gift me subs. Well, I mean, some might, so you never know. But if someone's pushing for partner and gift subs don't count, I mean, no one can show their support in that way. Sometimes people have the money to do so, and they want to support by just more than their own manually paid subscription, and gifting to those that, you know, financially aren't in the position to do that themselves. And so for Twitch to put the streamers in a position like that is almost in a way kind of reckless, because that's when you divide the streamer from the community even more so, because then you're like, the streamer's like, man, I'm trying to push for partner guys, but like not that I don't appreciate your generosity through these gifted subs, but it doesn't help at all towards them getting a better pay cut. And so to I don't know, to your point, like, gifted subs should be counted to this. I don't know why they're not. Like, Twitch is still getting money from gifted subs. They would get even more money from the people that are gifting subs to help these partners make the Partner Plus program. They would be making that money back from as many, because people are gonna be influenced to gift more subs if that were the case, rather than having all these other people manually sub by themselves, because like we said, people just aren't in the financial situation to do that just whenever. Sometimes, you, depending on your situation, you could be like, oh, $5 is whatever, but to some people $5 is like where their next meal is coming from. Like, sometimes they're in a really tight situation, and so to not, and then to have a creator that you love so much, that you watch all the time and have seen grow, sometimes seeing grow from 15 viewer Andy to 80 viewer Andy partner, but they aren't making the paid subscription number, and you can't do anything to support that. Like, that just makes the viewer feel like, oh, I mean, I can't do anything. Like, and you see this partner struggling to make that goal, and it just sucks. So I don't know why. I don't know what. I was watching the Twitch stream. So Twitch went live shortly after this was announced on Twitter with their CEO and then two other people. I can't even remember their names or their positions, but they were there basically to explain the Partner Plus program and then to take questions straight from viewers in that stream. And someone asked, why aren't gifted subs a part of this? And they basically just said a whole bunch of nothing. They did not give a straight answer. It was a classic dodge where they don't really have an answer why gifted subs aren't counted in this, because the answer would not be received very well. It's because they want to make more money.
Nice one.
The real answer is not a nice one, nor a publicly a press friendly one, where you would be shooting yourself in the foot if you were to answer it honestly. So it's just a whole mess, and while it is a step in the right direction, it's like, I don't know, it's one step forward, but not even two steps back, because it's not like we're going backwards. It is forwards, but it's like 1 foot.
It's like,
it's 1 foot forward, but it's into a pile of broken glass. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like one step forward and like a couple steps to the side. Like, we're like going to the right place, but we're taking a really weird route. Like, and like you were saying, like, you don't ever want to create a situation where the streamer is like sitting at, say like this guy's at 345 organic subs. There's gonna be a viewer in there who's like, I would give 5 subs so fast for you to hit that mark. But that means nothing if they do it, because you need 5 individual separate people to do it. It's just it's because the people who give subs are going to give subs.
Right.
Every stream, every channel has people or a person who's the sub gifter. Like, it's just the way it is. But like, you don't ever want to create a situation where the streamer gets these gifted subs, and in the back of their mind, they're like, well, okay, now these people who are watching right now can't sub on their own. Like, these subs don't go toward my eligibility. Like, that thought like should never have to cross someone's mind, but it's going to. Like, it's just, it's not creating a good relationship between the streamers and gifted subs, and I don't like it.
It's messy for sure. I don't think Twitch saw the outcome of the reaction of this being, this outspoken in the way that it has been, because there are a lot of partners that, in the eyes of viewership and community, they are successful partners, but in the eyes of manual paid subs, they aren't going to meet that number. And it just sucks for those creators because they're crushing it. They are what the typical, Twitch partner looks like. You obviously have your massive streamers and stuff like that, but when you think Twitch partner, you're thinking, oh, this person, is making a nice, living on, based on they're averaging like 150 to 200 to 300 viewers. Their sub count's always stable and stuff like that, to where they could, do it full time if they really, felt like it, which some do, some don't, but that's just the way it is. Everyone's situation's different. But in the eyes of paid subs, that person could average on a month-to-month basis 500 subs. And 400 of those, could be gifted subs that are regularly gifted, because the community is that strong and that supportive.
Yeah.
But then they don't meet that 70-30 mark because they only have 100 manually paid subscriptions. And it's just not it's just such a weird situation as a whole. And even another weird situation, not even 2 days later, Kick goes out and signs Twitch's arguably Twitch's biggest streamer left, XQC, to a 2-year $100 million deal, non-exclusive. So that's the biggest thing here, aside from
$100 million.
$100 million, $50 million a year. Which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, LeBron James, one of the greatest players the greatest player of our generation. I'm not going to say in the history of basketball, but of our generation, the greatest player, he is making less than that, which is on a year-to-year basis, which is crazy. It is insane. The amount of money that's being thrown at streamers to leave Twitch. And it's not even a given if SQC is going to never stream on Twitch ever again, because it's non-exclusive. That's probably the craziest part of this whole deal, is that he can still stream on Twitch if he wanted to.
He could easily stream on both this whole time and then just take the 100 million and then take however much he's getting from Twitch too, and and then he has a combined income and makes even more money.
It's so wild, which I'm not sure with what that deal does to his partner deal, because I know Ninja, whenever he was, streaming on, all these other platforms, he can't stream on Twitch while he streams on those other platforms. He's made that known over the last week or so with this whole, Twitch discourse, going on Twitter. He has made that known. So I don't know what that does with XQC, if he even bothers streaming on Twitch anymore. He could stream on YouTube and Kick at the same time and make that a combined income, because you can't stream on other places and Twitch at the same time, which Ninja has said, multiple times, and let alone Ninja doesn't make any money from Twitch at all whenever he does stream there. So I don't know, like, this is insane, an insane deal. That the fact that it's non-exclusive makes it even that more mind-boggling.
And what he could do is stream on Kick and YouTube, and while he's on YouTube, he'll be making better than a 50-50 split, because YouTube has that baseline.
Yeah.
Just a little side note.
For their partners, yeah.
And disclaimer, I feel like I can speak for both of us, and honestly, all three of us, Rico included.
Yeah.
Kick is I hate the platform.
Absolutely.
I think it is full of just the worst type of people, and I have no plans to ever support it in any way. Just as like a little disclaimer, we are not celebrating this as a win for Kick, because Kick itself is just a huge L. So
it's a disgrace of a platform when it comes to moderation and who runs it, and not only who runs it, the average viewer, the average streamer on Kick. We are in no way endorsing Kick or celebrating this signing. This is just a talking point for us to get our thoughts out, and it's just the wildest streaming deal I think I've ever seen. This is bigger than Shroud or Ninja's deal to Mixer, or Tim the Tatman's deal to YouTube, or anyone. This is the biggest streaming deal I think we've ever seen in the history of content creation. It's just wild. And the fact that Kick, like, really, we shouldn't even be saying that Kick is paying this man. It's Stake that's paying this man. Let's be honest. Stake, the gambling site that backs Kick, is paying XQC $100 million to not even exclusively stream on Kick. He's just going to stream on Kick most of the time. He'll probably be doing it on YouTube at the same exact time and be making even more money. Like you said, the 70-30 base income for YouTube partners, which, to be honest, if you're a cemented content creator that live streams, YouTube partnership is honestly not that hard to hit. It's like
it just got easier too. They just lowered the requirements.
They lowered the requirements when it comes to watch time, when it comes to subscriptions. I don't remember the exact number of subscribers that you have to have on your channel.
I think it went down from like 1,000 to like closer to 500. 500.
So I wanted to say that, like, but at the same time, that sounds so low.
It does, but I feel like that's right. But I mean, obviously, if we're wrong, our bad.
Yeah.
But regardless,
we don't have the numbers in front of us.
They lowered the requirements. It's that much easier now for people to be a YouTube partner. Make your 70-30 revenue split.
Yeah, if you can get your community to move over to YouTube, then that's a W in itself. That's why so many people, especially in Team Neat Dude, have been trying out YouTube streaming. They're not fully diving in because that'd be stupid. They're doing the smart thing, which is testing the waters, seeing who would show up and how it goes, and the smoothness of it all. And if you're able to do that enough, you start dipping your toes in it. You do like one YouTube stream every month. That becomes one YouTube stream every 2 weeks. That becomes one every week. And then the more and more people that flock to there, it's easier to just go ahead and move platforms to get that base 70-30, because a lot of these partnered Twitch streamers are more than likely going to have a following on YouTube that meets those requirements, because they obviously there are hardly any streamers that just stream. They also get the money where they can in YouTube, which is building a channel of this many subscribers that they can get, and uploading as much as they can. And so that just makes it that more enticing to make the move over to YouTube, because if you can get your community over there, why not, dude? Jump ship, because Twitch is not going to be looking to pay you 70-30 base kit anytime soon without meeting the insane requirements that they've already laid out.
A 70-30 base for everybody on Twitch is either never gonna happen or it is years away. And
it is
not everybody has years to just float along and wait.
It is going to take Amazon wanting to make a real investment to grow Twitch back to what it can be, without losing their biggest creators to sites like Kick or YouTube or 3 years ago Mixer. You know what I mean? It's going to take Amazon. It all comes back to them. Twitch can only do so much with the money that they're given and the money that they're receiving. So let's be honest. And they are losing money. That is why the base is not 70-30 yet. It's going to take a real investment from Amazon to change anything. And that's the thing. I don't think Jeff Bezos cares at all. Not that he, is the one that the decisions go through. That's why he hires a guy to make those decisions. But that guy has the same mindset as Jeff Bezos. And so they're probably not going to be investing, this many, 3-figure $1 million, $100 million plus a year into Twitch. It's just not going to happen, most likely. But that's what it would take for the creators to get some sort of fair pay, is a real investment into Twitch from Amazon to grow Twitch back to what it could be. What we thought it was going to be back in 2020, when everyone was hopping on and streaming, and it looked like the next big wave of content consumption was Twitch. And then everyone else started, YouTube made their, took streaming seriously, gave their creators 70-30 base pay. And then Mixer came along, and then Facebook Gaming, those came and went. Kick, as much as I hate the platform, it looks like it is here to stay at the moment. It does not have the same vibe that Mixer did. It does not have the same vibe that Facebook Gaming did, where the top streamers had like 3K. It's not going to be like when Ninja or Shroud moved over and they had 3 to 8K max. Kick streamers get 70K view. Like Aiden Ross, as much as I hate the guy, he gets 70 to 80K viewers on average on Kick. It is here to stay, as much as I hate to say it, and Twitch needs to acknowledge that, and Amazon needs to acknowledge that and say, if we want this to make money for us, we're going to have to put money into it first and get these creators, back, and entice these creators to spend more time on our platform rather than this other one.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, guys, that's not the episode, but that is enough of the series.
Enough
talk.
of that. Enough of that.
We're done talking about. We're not gonna hit Partner Plus anytime soon. So why should we even keep talking about it?
Not even worried about doing that for my.
So what we do have coming up, guys, is this is not a sports episode. This part is not
a
sports
episode, guys.
This is going to be sports fashion. We are in baseball season. If you weren't a knower, MLB America.
MLB America.
America's pastime. Good old professional baseball. We're in that season now. I'm actually repping the Texas Rangers right now. First place in the AL West, second place in the AL. Bam.
All right.
But today, me and Emma are listing our top 5 best current baseball uniforms. And then we're giving our top 3 worst current baseball uniforms. They must be uniforms that this team wears regularly and this season. And we are excluding what Nike and MLB call their City Connect uniforms, which is a form of alternate jersey that not even every team in the MLB has one yet.
That's true. Not everyone has it yet.
It's that new. So we will be excluding those, but we will be including, alternate jerseys that the teams, have themselves that aren't in a partnership with Nikes.
MLB Fashion Week now.
Get the old transition in here, man.
Yo.
All right. So do we want to start with 5? So this is the best current MLB uniforms. Let's start from 5 and then go down to our best. So from 5 to 1. I'll let you go ahead and start, and we'll put it up on the screen for our visual viewers.
5 to 1. All right. The St. Louis Cardinals Baby Blues.
All right.
I think these are, first of all, adorable. Not that that's what they're going for at all. I think that the blue looks so good with the red. It I don't know, something about that combination just works so well. The Cardinals, their logo with the bat and the cardinal birds on it is already pretty sweet.
Right.
I think the whole thing is just works really well.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree for sure. Well, I actually have them in my own list as well. Not the same place, but I do have them in my own list. So for number 5 for me, I told you before the show, I'm a little biased, but I'm not that biased to have these at number 1. That's why they're at number 5, because there are jerseys that I think are better. But I gotta go with the Texas Rangers Sunday Baby Blues. They wear these exclusively. They wear these exclusively on Sunday home games.
Do they really? Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I wish they wore them on Sundays, just home or away, because they do play some away Sunday games. I'm like, man, I wish they were rocking the Baby Blues today, man. But these were introduced in, I believe 2021. Before the season started, I believe, that might be wrong. Might have been 2020, but these were introduced as the alternate to the sort of a rebrand. The nice Rangers script font across the chest is a tribute to the old home jerseys that they wore back in the early 90s, late 80s, I believe. Which their home uniforms are basically redesign of that, the ones that they currently wear. But the baby blue, you can't go wrong with baby blue, dude. I think that's what we get from these rankings. You can't go wrong with baby blue.
Number 5 is the baby blue.
The hats, the pants, the jerseys. These actually, I love the baby blue hat with the royal blue bill.
Yeah, that's
a really nice accent. But at the same time, they have one time in their jersey history have worn these with red hats, and those made those red hats pop. And I was like, man, we could do this more often, to be honest. But
yeah, just like new permanent home jerseys.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I will take that. I want to see these all the time, man. But that's my number 5.
That's a very good number.
Let me get the bias out of the way.
That's fair. All right. So for my number 4, here's where my bias is gonna come in.
Okay.
The Red Sox jersey.
Right.
Typically worn for away games. These, there's just something about the red jersey that looks good, and the cleanliness. I almost said cleanness. The cleanliness of just the Red Sox on the front. Nothing else.
Right.
It's so nice. It's so simple. It's so clean. It works so well. It's modern. It's I don't
timeless.
even know. It's timeless. There's the word. It's timeless. It works well in the modern setting. It's the Red Sox of old and the Red Sox of new. I love them.
Great.
I love them.
Great pick, honestly. Great jersey. I like it better than any of their other ones, to be honest. I'm not even a Red Sox fan, but those red uniforms in general are hard to miss with. I mean, this is no exception. It's a really solid uniform. So it's for number 4 for me was your number 5. Gotta go with the baby blue Cardinals jerseys, blue pants, blue tops, red hats. As I mentioned with the Rangers, they made those red hats pop. These do the same thing. And I don't care for the Cardinals. Obviously, the Rangers lost to them in the 2011 World Series. I get reminded of that every day on TikTok for some reason. But
Shit.
I gotta give credit where credit is due. These uniforms rock, and I love the secondary logo with the St. Louis rather than the Cardinals. And then you have the 2 Cardinals on the bat. I think their regular logo only has 1, but this one has 2 Cardinals.
You know what? I think you're right.
I might be wrong, but I think that's the case. Let me look up. Okay, St. Louis Cardinals.
I can picture it with one in my head.
Yeah. The main St. Louis Cardinals logo is 1 Cardinal, and this one has 2 with the St. Louis instead of the Cardinals, which is it's just a nice touch. Obviously, the red accents, a nice red accent on the baby blue. Hard to miss there. It's a nice uniform. That's why it's that number 4 for me.
I completely agree with everything. I think it's a fantastic uniform. And again, I'm not a Cardinals fan either. But you gotta give it to them. All right. My number 3. This might be a random one.
Okay.
The Giants white uniform.
Okay.
And I say white, but these are just so ever slightly off-white. They're just like a nice, subtle cream color.
Yeah.
And that is so... It is because, like, historically in sports, like, a team's home jersey is, like, white.
Yeah.
And these are just an off-white. And it's so nice. It's so, like... It's... And I think black and orange work really well together, and then so having those be your team colors, it pops on the white. It's just like, it is a slick look, it is clean, no notes.
I agree. Like, I didn't really notice you know, the Giants' white uniforms do have like an off-white, you know, warm tint to them, and it really helps with their color scheme. Honestly, that's got me thinking, like, man, I wish the Rangers had like an off-white or even cream home uniforms, because cream,
like a cream,
and red and white and blue just go really nice together, and that's where my number 3 comes in. So for my number 3, we've got the Philadelphia Phillies home alternates. This is not their City Connect. This is an alternate that they have. Got the cream with the red script, blue accents on the sleeves and the neck, along with the blue helmets and the blue hats that they wear with this uniform. This just screams baseball to me. I don't know. Obviously, like, the Phillies are like NL, and I don't really care like what they're up to. But this is just such a nice uniform to me, and I feel like I'm presenting a certain theme of just red and blue. But I can't help it, dude. I love that color combination.
Interesting.
Anything
else we can think of that's red and blue and white?
Hold on, man.
Hold on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No clue.
But this is just an overall, just really pleasant to look at uniform. You know what I mean? Nothing is popping out and being an eyesore. It all kind of just flows together. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's my number 3.
I love that. We each put a cream at the number 3. Yeah, something about
we're on the same wavelength here.
No, we honestly are. Okay. Here is where things are going to get a little crazy for me. My number 1 and 2 might be crazy.
Okay. Honestly, mine might be too. But I don't know.
Here is my number. I'm like almost laughing for some reason. Here's my number 2. The Colorado Rockies purple uniform.
These almost made my list.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, the purple... Like, okay, the Rockies, I don't think have been good since 2007 when they were in the World Series and the Red Sox beat them.
No, right, yeah.
But like, these purples are working for them. Mm-hmm. If they don't have any wins to show for it, they have this.
I agree.
They have this. Like, the purple just works. Like, the Colorado across the front. It's just simple. It's nice. The 25. I love a good number in the lower quadrant of a front of a uniform.
Right.
The black and white, and then the purple. Like, the purple makes it. It works.
I agree. Black and purple. 2. Black and purple is a banging combo that you don't really see a lot in major league sports. You see it a lot in college and high school, but you don't really see it a whole lot in major league sports, come to think of it. So I'm with you on the number 2. They almost made my list, didn't quite crack the top 5, but I was seriously considering them. I love that uniform. My number 2. The red, white, and blue allegations are not working for me. But I will say my number 1 is not that. I will say my number 1 goes against that. But these are my number 2.
You cannot escape the red, white, and blue.
The reimagined Atlanta Braves retros. They had this exact theme back in the 70s and 80s. I believe it was the Hank Aaron era when they were wearing these. And they instead of tick for tack, just basically recreating it, they reimagined it. There's a little bit of more like it's a mix of retro and new and current. I love the white front of the helmet. You can't see it from the picture, but you can probably see the faceplate is blue. The sides of the helmet are blue with the front of the helmet being white. I just love the I guess the vintageness of that with the little script A, and then just the nice blue script with the red and white outlines. Just I'm a sucker for a double outline on some uniforms.
That looks nice, yeah.
And it just looks nice with the blue shoulders and sleeves. very solid overall uniform. Got to go to the Braves, even though they just they beat the Rangers at home in a series this year.
We hate the Braves.
Forget the Braves, man.
Yeah. No, those are nice. Those are like just a really solid uniform.
All right. Drum roll.
I'm even more nervous.
Who's your number one? Who's your number one?
Okay.
Give it to us.
World famous, worst baseball team in the league, the Oakland Athletics.
Bro.
Number one, baby. Number one.
Wow.
These uniforms are so good. This is the worst team in the whole league. And the organization is a mess. Like, it truly, from top to bottom, it's a mess. But these uniforms are so good. Yeah, I think yellow and green is just like a God-sent color combination. The script Oakland, the underline, the number in the lower quadrant of the uniform. It's so good. This color combination is gorgeous. It works so well. Take the guy's arms out for a second. You know, you don't have
right.
you don't have take them out.
Right.
You don't have too much yellow going on. It's a lot of it's white script and white number, yellow outline.
Right.
But then it just pops when you get your sleeves, your socks, your shoulder, your elbow pad. Popping with that accent color is just no notes, flawless.
Man, I can't believe you went there.
I
you really went there.
I went there.
All right. Without further ado, here's my number one.
All right.
And we can agree to disagree here.
If
it's also the Oakland A's Kelly green yellow home jerseys.
Yes,
I could not agree with you more, dude.
Oh my God.
Worst team in all of baseball historically. Terribly run franchise. Sell the team to someone else who wants to keep them in Oakland for the love of God, because Oakland needs baseball.
Oakland deserves this team.
This is too great of a uniform to lose to Las Vegas, because when they move, they're gonna change the color scheme. We cannot lose
fucking black and white.
We cannot lose this color scheme. Keep the team in Oakland because of how perfect this uniform is, and make it the permanent uniform, home and away. Put them in this jersey every single game. I will not complain. My team loses by 20 to this team. Oh well, I got to see a beautiful jersey in the process of that game.
I got to watch the Kelly Greens hit the shit out of my pitcher. That's fine.
That's totally cool, man.
I'm happy about it, actually. Dude, we are so on the same wavelength.
That's just such a beautiful jersey. I can't it's such a shame that when they move to Vegas, these are gonna slowly fade out. They're gonna slowly fade out. People aren't gonna wear them as much. It's gonna be like the Expos merch. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be vintage one day.
It's gonna be vintage one day, and then it'll come back. People will buy this jersey.
And we can buy it in 20 years.
I can buy it in 20 to 30 years and not, have to be like, oh, aren't you a Rangers fan? It's vintage, bro. Who cares?
It's vintage. Doesn't matter what team it is.
Literally, dude.
God, we are so on the same.
Yep.
Our opinions, that must mean we're correct. Our opinions are correct.
They have to be.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
All right. Now's the time to end the show. We've got our top 3 worst current uniforms in baseball. Emma, why don't you do the honors of starting us?
All right. Number 3. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Black and red is a great combo of color.
Yep.
And these uniforms do nothing with it.
No.
These uniforms give nothing. Like, if I was a fan of this team, I don't even know if I'd want to buy a jersey and wear it, because these are just they're just nothing. Like, they took the coolest color combination, like black and white and red, and then did nothing with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a miss. It's a miss.
It's a complete miss for the city of Arizona, which used to have one of the best uniforms in baseball back when Randy Johnson was pitching.
Yep.
The teal, purple, and gold, sleeveless pinstripe jerseys, dude.
Those are It's crazy how those are like, they used to have some of the best, and now they're this is what they're at now. It's just
All right,
let's hear your number 3.
Here's my number 3, which we discussed a little bit before the pod when we were setting up. The Cleveland Guardians.
Yep.
Specifically, either of the uniforms that have this Guardians going across the chest. The ones with Cleveland across the chest, not that bad. It's still the same Cleveland that they had, before they rebranded. But this font, this font specifically, just does nothing for me. It looks like they should be in the AA. With this jersey, with this rebrand. It does nothing for me. Guardians is possibly the worst name that they could have chosen out of what they had to go with for the city of Cleveland, which I know in Cleveland, isn't there like a Guardian Bridge or something like that? That's probably what they went after, for. I might be completely wrong on that, but
you might have made that up, but it sounds good.
We'll have to ask Creamy. But he could fact check me on that one. But the logo for the Guardians is terrible. The font on this jersey is terrible. The name is terrible. It's just a complete miss for me, in all honesty.
You are so right when you say it looks like a AA team. That is so accurate. That is so accurate. That's hilarious. All right. My number 2 worst uniform. The Cincinnati Reds.
Okay.
Maybe that's a bit of a shock to you. So let me explain.
Just a little bit, honestly.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's these specific uniforms.
Okay.
It's they have a red one that says Reds across. That one's like fine.
Uh-huh.
This one, I think this logo, having your C for Cincinnati and then just sticking the word Reds in it, I think it looks stupid, in my opinion. I think it looks stupid. I think it's just like a crammed logo in the corner. The number opposite on the other side of the chest. It's just it's not a good use of the space. It's a bad logo. It's just,
it looks like it's dipping into their pits a little bit too.
Honestly, yeah. The more I look at this picture, maybe that's just,
it looks like it's too wide. And if they made it any smaller, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah, there's just something about like the font, whatever they use for the C, like that's fine. They can make that work. But do not stick the team name in the middle of it.
Right.
It doesn't work.
I can see where you're coming from for that.
It just doesn't
because
work.
Now that you point that out, I just look at that logo and I see Creds instead of Reds.
Creds.
It's like whenever you have it's like whenever you have a content page, post your video that went viral and they don't credit. Yeah, Creds.
I'm just gonna post this picture. Creds.
Can I get some creds, man?
Creds. I took this picture.
Okay. So for my number 2, this is a toss up for me, honestly. For 2 and 1 could be either or. And I don't know if it's the bias in me again, but for the opposite, because as much as I hate this team, I can acknowledge when a uniform is good. And they used to have good uniform. They had a very solid retro uniform. But they just completely missed the mark for me as an away jersey. The Houston Astros.
Okay.
Talk about AA teams. This looks like a single A practice jersey. This is so bland. This does a disservice to the entire city of Houston. The only flavor it's got going on is the sides, where you can barely see them because their arms are hanging down half the time. Because they're playing baseball, they're waiting for the ball to come to them in the infield. Their hands aren't up like this where you can see them. They're down here like this, waiting for the ball to come their way. That's the only bit of flavor. It looks like they took the most boring, generic font and put a slight curve into it in Photoshop and slapped it on a jersey. This is one of the worst jerseys I've ever seen, on top of them being the team that I hate the most. And that's why I hate it so much, because I want teams to have good jerseys. I don't care how much I hate them. Houston has had great retro jerseys. When I was growing up in the 2000s, those gray and orange with the stars, with the star in the Astros, that was fire. This is just blasphemous how bad it is. Channeling my inner Stephen A. Smith. This is so atrocious how bad this jersey is. The only bit of flavor is the part of the jersey that you see the least on these players, and it's just sad.
That's true. You know, the sides is cool.
It is.
Like maybe flip that onto the sleeves, because we can always see the sleeves. Like maybe that would give it something, but But I think I'm with you on this. It's not one of their best uniforms.
No.
All right. My number 1 worst uniform. A team you might have some feelings on, given wait. I think I'm incorrect, so scratch that part. Anyway, I would say same division, but I'm pretty sure it's that's actually not true. So no.
I don't know what team you're talking about, so I don't know.
So you're like, I have no clue, man.
I know. I can't correct you if I don't know.
Number 1 worst uniform in the MLB, the Detroit Tigers.
They are not in our division.
That they are the Central, you're the West, and I realized that the second I said it. My bad,
man.
Okay, so these uniforms are literally so ungodly boring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is white top and bottom and a single logo, and it's in the old English font. You know, that's cool, like it works.
Yeah.
But like, guys, like, do something else. Like, it's the Tigers. Like, they have orange as an option as one of their secondary colors, and they're not using it at all.
No.
It like, you can see in this picture the batting gloves on Miguel Cabrera. There's some orange, and like the orange and like the navy, like that works, like it's working. And then, but their uniforms, there's just nothing. Like, they're so boring. It's like painful to look at how boring these are.
Now that you bring it up, I agree. It is an incredibly boring uniform.
Like, absolutely nothing going on. Just nothing going on.
All right. That was your number 1. Here is my number 1. You mentioned this team earlier. The Arizona Diamondbacks. This jersey specifically. What are they doing? What are they doing? The deep gray with the black is deep gray and black, it's fine. Depends on what colors you put with it. That's where they messed up here. The red would have been fine. Then they go and add this random generic Nintendo Switch left Joy-Con looking blue on this jersey and say that looks great. It doesn't. What is this? Whoever put this together needs to be fired immediately and never work for a major league franchise ever again because of how bad of a miss this is. This is my worst uniform in baseball. I hate the way that these look. I never want to see them ever. The Rangers don't play the Diamondbacks a whole lot, given that they're completely different leagues. But when they do, I never want to see this jersey ever again. I'm blocking my hand from the screen. I don't want to see it. It's hurting my eyes to look at. That is my worst jersey in MLB.
It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. The more I look at it, it's just the more things I can find wrong with it. Yeah,
dude. Yeah. But
like the deep gray is a choice.
It's a choice.
And then
for a secondary color, it'd be okay. For an accent, it might not be too bad. But for the main color, ugh.
Yeah.
No thanks, man.
It's
Flip. Hear me out. Flip the gray and black, and then take out the red. That might be nice.
Teal.
That might be nice. Yeah, if they want to incorporate teal as their secondary color, do that. But this doesn't look like a secondary color. This looks like a primary color that was flipped to a secondary color. You know what I mean? It gives off that vibe. Yeah. Like this is their main color, not the red.
No, like the team number should be like a main color.
Yeah.
Like like your player's number.
Yep.
Should be
right.
A main team color.
Yeah.
And then that's just like a random color, and then you have a couple little stripes of the same on the sleeve and the collar.
Yep.
Makes no sense. You're right. This is bad.
This is bad. This is really bad.
This is really bad.
Oh, you know what's really bad is that we don't have more time, guys. That's the end of the episode. We've gone over a lot today. We went on some rants. It happens. But we hope that you enjoyed this episode. Just me and Emma here. We'll have Rico. We should have the whole gang back next week. Am I correct on that? I'll be here. You'll be here.
I'll be here.
I'm pretty sure Rico will be here. So we'll have the gang back together next week. Which should be fun. So we'll talk to you guys next time. Follow the Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. We're posting clips like crazy, guys. That'd be crazy if we went viral or something.
That would be crazy.
And got picked up by like 100 Thieves or someone.
I hope that doesn't happen.
That'd be kind of wild. But guys, thank you again for tuning in. Leave a like on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Spotify if you haven't already. Follow the Spotify. Follow it so you never miss an episode. Turn on notifications on both Spotify and YouTube.
Boom!
New
hit
episodes.
That bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit that bell. Do the stuff.
Leave a comment, you guys.
Yeah, but only if it's a nice one.
Only if it's a nice one. We'll delete it if it's not nice.
Because I'll cry if it's a me comment.
You don't want to make Emma cry, do you?
I already had a tough week last week recovering from my self-suck injury.
Yeah, we can't add on to that.
Nope. I can't add on.
No.
Thank you for watching. We will see you next time.
See you guys later. Peace.
Peace.